This book, Forever Eve, basically does not exist. You can't find information on this title. It's not in like the comics database stuff online. The people who worked on this book don't have entries there. Like there is no info at all available on the internet about this book. At least that I could find in like 15 minutes of searching. Maybe if I like started really digging in or something, I could get somewhere. But a few minutes of looking, couldn't find Jack. Or Jill for that matter. Or Eve. So here's the crew that worked on the book. And right here, look how we start the book off. A sci-fi spaceship in orbit. It drops a pod. This is taking place in 1991. And we're really starting to lose the daylight here. Hopefully we got enough that we can continue. And so immediately after that, we skip forward to like 1998 and we start meeting all these dudes. We got Cyborg Man, we got Superhuman Girl, we got Military Brat Guy, and there's a couple others. And we're just going to kind of skip ahead. There's a whole lot of... You know what, let's talk on that page. Let's talk on these two pages first. So, there's a whole lot of stuff about a government conspiracy going on in this book. The government conspiracy is that they are creating people with superpowers who have a definitive end-of-life date on them. There's also some stuff related to that about accidental releases of those people. They call it like the Eve formula. Or not people, of the material that creates those people. And that killed our main character. That's this guy's brother. Who was going to college where this guy was going to college. And there's a whole like 3-page thing with him and his dad talking about this stuff. And dude, there was a lot of text, okay? Every page was just full of exposition. Just text upon text upon text. And at some point my eyes started to glaze over. So what this guy's doing, his dad was a general. He resigned his commission, but he took like the government documents about the chemical, about the Project Eve or whatever they call it stuff with him. And apparently he couldn't pay his rent or something and was drinking. And it doesn't really matter. Then he gets killed in our character. That's when he begins his war against whatever. And it's implied that this isn't the beginning of it, that this is like somewhere after they've been at this for a couple of months. They've been chased, caught. And now they're cornered. And the police are breaking in. And our hero and his friends are trying to keep the cops from getting them. This guy, he's also been infected. He's infected or hit with the formula or something. So he's got like super eyesight. And yeah, there's a cyborg guy and... I don't know what the story is with the cyborg guy, but they talk about like he's 80% synthetic or 80% machine. So he's basically Darth Vader, except not a bad guy. The police bust in. Superhuman Girl starts capping the cops. Blam, blam, blam. This guy starts capping the cops. Everybody's shooting the cops. And yeah, there's just so much text on the screen, on the page. Like just text upon text upon text. We're getting prose. We're getting prose with pictures instead of just getting pictures with the necessary text. A sudden chill night wind whistles through the warehouse. Daniel! Lance shivers, but it's not the cold that chills him. Rather, it's a sudden fear that he may never find the two people whom his father spoke of. Right, there are two people that got infected with the government stuff who are apparently not about to die. And so the government is trying to find them, and our hero's trying to find them too. The government wants to kill them so that people don't know that there's a cure. And our dude wants to find them and protect them so that people do know there's a cure. All right? That's kind of the premise. And so the cops are after him. There's like... the information's on a floppy disk or something, and I don't think this is actually the floppy disk. This is a cyborg guy picking up the floppy disk. There's just pages of like gunfire and stuff. They've got like a super laser or super lightning gun or something that stuns people. It's kind of wild. And at the end of the book, well, I don't want to say what happens there because it's the end of the book, and you should find the book and read it for yourself if you want to know. But this book was expensive, $3 in like $1997. The art in the main story is pretty much okay. Like I got no problems with the art. The line work is solid. There's just way too much text. I realize it's about a government conspiracy and they got to provide the necessary exposition to make that work, but there's just too much. Not even talking. Too much thinking, too much square narration bubbles instead of or narration boxes instead of just letting the story flow. So that's Forever Eve number 1, a book that by all the internet signs doesn't even exist.